Take two.
Are we good?
Delete. Are we ready to go? Welcome back. Your host, Zane Smith. We are here. Episode number 6 of the Four Horsemen Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back. You know, you might wonder why we're starting the show like this. We did have the first 15 minutes of the show.
It was good. It was going
It was
good.
great, and the conversation was flowing.
But
we fired our tech intern.
We now have no tech intern, so I will be taking control of the technical issues from now on, so there might be a little bit of a learning curve, but the microphone is turned on this time.
And we were recording, correct?
Oh, we could start that. I'm just kidding, we're good.
Anyways, welcome back to episode number 6 of the Four Horsemen Podcast. Starring 3 of the Four Horsemen. The other fourth horseman is in Atlanta. On business, he'll be back next week.
Covering the Southpaw Regional Wrestling.
Yep, we're going to have insider
info next week from Zach about
what's going on
down south in Atlanta, Georgia.
Hold up. It's time for the most requested segment on our show. It is the Move of the Week. Dylan, what do we got this week?
It's a good move of the week. You know, this week we're talking about the 92 Royal Rumble, and with that, the move of the week is Ric Flair's figure 4 leg lock.
Amazing.
It's amazing. Woo! Chris!
Ooh, I'm going to give it to Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan for firing AJ Styles this week in what may have been
Emotionally fueled, not thought out. You may have thought it was just not collaborated correctly between him and Shane.
No.
There's no way they talked about it before. It just happened. And Shane was just like, well, let's just keep rolling with this.
Well, they're live now. They're like,
yeah.
oh, shit. All right, well, we're still going to put him in a match even though we fired him.
He's out, but he'll be there.
All right.
Huh.
He's booked Romania. Anyways.
Moving along, Zane, figure 4 leg lock.
I haven't done him for any of them, but it's going to be Roman Reigns.
It's always a good choice.
How does someone get worse on the mic?
But there's always the hope that he gets better. You know, he's getting better in the ring. He's slowly losing his shield attire. Did you notice at the pay-per-view?
The shoes.
He was wearing shoes.
It's because he forgot his boots.
I'm serious. I think that's what it was.
He forgot his boots.
You're lying.
He forgot them.
Where has to be
100%. He forgot his boots.
It has to be, dude, because no one wears sneakers in a wrestling match.
Like those are
who wears sneakers?
Okay, that was part of his gimmick.
Wait, are you?
He still wears them.
Are you telling? Well,
yeah,
John Cena.
That's part of his
gimmick.
That's part of his look. He wrestles in jean shorts.
You don't come out with a damn vest and cargo pants and some fresh ass Jordans. You don't do that.
Okay. Unless you forgot your boots in your bag back home.
He forgot his boots.
I honestly, with that attire, if he takes off his vest, he'd be fine.
He looked like the Usos.
That's true. Well, or if he just put on a wife beater, he'd look like the Usos now.
Oh yeah, they don't wrestle with other shirts. They're a little pudgier now. They put on shirts.
Well, I think Roman Reigns is probably a little pudgy too. He's not like the defined six-pack that...
He's the guy.
He's the guy
He's the guy.
has to cover up.
He's the guy who's going to go
he likes
over.
the big guys.
Dude, they're hell-bent on pushing him, though. With that...
Who are you figure fouring?
I'm figure fouring whoever was outside my window last night at 3 a.m. screaming. Literally screaming. The cops came, arrested them, towed their car out of the middle of the road, and I didn't sleep. Well, good thing we got coffee. So whoever that was, I'm putting you in the figure 4. I'll make you scream for a reason.
Oh, this is PG. PG era. What's going on?
PG era ain't. Trust me, the PG era this week kind of got shattered. Lots of millions little wrestling fans at home may have saw more than they bargained for on the internet.
Alright, okay. Moving on.
Well, hits of the week, transitioning with a quick left hook. Good hell. Anyways, Raw this week. It was one of those Mania build-up shows where Triple H beat up Seth Rollins because it's going to make it all the more intriguing when he comes back and he's going to be at full strength. When it comes to Mania, the tag team situation. with everybody. You know, Enzo and Cass, Cesaro and Sheamus and the Good Brothers.
Got a triple threat now at Mania because the Good Brothers thought if nobody win the tag team match, they wouldn't have any competition.
It was a good heel move.
It was
a
awesome.
Great heel move.
It's a comedic heel move.
Of course, and it fits them perfectly.
It does.
Those dudes are some goofy bastards.
More of what they need to do with them.
Yeah.
Very true. And then
Ooh.
the Cruiserweight division finally came to a head today with its top 2 guys that are going to be going at it at Mania. We've got the greatest man that ever lived, the
Austin Aries with the most amazing package.
I was waiting for the package part first.
And then package, yeah, sorry. He has
the banana in his
package.
pocket. Well, it's going to set up a great match at Mania where it's really two styles of guys that are in the Cruiserweight division that bring something different to the table, with Neville in the high flying, as well as Austin Aries being the brawler of the sorts. The new Dean Malenko is what you would call him.
I would call him that.
I think it's going to steal Mania.
It might be the top Mania show.
Mania.
So far, the card, that is the match I'm most looking forward to.
I know you guys are really disappointed at WrestleMania. Shaq isn't going to make it. There's no Big Show.
No Big Show Shaq again?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm sorry.
Did you hear that? As soon as they figured out Shaq wasn't going to go, Big Show hit it in and out and closed it? I'm just kidding. That's why he was working so hard for his 6-pack.
He's like, screw it, I'm done.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it.
Well,
2 Manias now, man. We missed out on the show.
Well, and there's going to be the all-important Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Braun Strowman.
All important. That's how they market it. All important. But
yeah, because, come on.
Because everyone cares about this trophy that we see once a year and never gets mentioned again.
Yeah. No, it's out at every Baron Corbin match. It's there.
Really?
Is it really? I haven't noticed.
Yeah.
Well, so
show it.
Yeah, Baron Corbin's alright.
He's alright. I like him.
He's got one of those things that they need to do a hair match for him.
Shave his
poor
head.
thing. He needs to just get rid of that.
That's why I'm
Embrace the baldness. He needs to have a talk with Cesaro.
It's flying. Baron Corbin it.
Anyways. And then we had a little bit of scientific talk this week on Raw.
Science.
The man himself, the walrus of Extreme Championship Wrestling, the GOAT, Paul Heyman, gave another showing in promos with the WrestleMania theory of relativity equals F5.
Goldberg goes up.
Nope.
Oh,
Lesnar goes up.
Oh, Lesnar goes up.
Goldberg goes down.
I thought.
Whether it's either going to be a 2-minute squash match or a 10-minute guys that are out of shape, that are over 40 years old.
Or another WrestleMania 20. Oh, wait, we've seen this match.
That was terrible.
Anyways.
I wish we could have it, like, cut, like, the stream, and it just shows that match and everyone booing and cuts back to us crying.
More simpler times that we have. Well, SmackDown this week, there were a few interesting things. There was the old-fashioned Donald Trump kayfabe, you fired.
You're fired, but you got a match at Mania. He's fired, but if he doesn't have an opponent at Mania, he does now.
Shane O'Mac and AJ Styles.
When you're in a McMahon, though, you can just schedule people in matches. If Vince came down here right now, just walked down these stairs to our studio and said, "You're going over Goldberg at Mania, cashing in the money in the bank that you don't have," it's happening.
Because he bought it on WWE.com. He could have a contract.
He could. You just walk. How funny would that be? Like a fan with a briefcase just jumps the barricade, hands it to the ref, and then just gets tackled by security. How awesome would that be?
Oh my!
How great would that be?
Do you think they'd let it fly like in a live event or something? Like,
you'd probably get shot.
One of the superstars would probably hit you.
No, they see what you do first, because I've seen like a lot of fan interaction.
Randy Orton got low blowed in South Africa.
Yeah.
Well, that was after the show. That wasn't during the show.
Well, it was still at a live show.
No, I know, but think about it,
like the match was over. There was someone that jumped in with an Eddie Guerrero match when he was on the ladder.
That's
pulled him off, and
Eddie just kicked him.
He
started kicking him too.
Yeah.
Kicked him out of the ring. Yeah. Fans are crazy. We're crazy.
So we're not going to do that at Mania?
I'm so down. One person has to get in the ring, the other two fight off security. You know what? I'll take those charges. I'll take them.
Yeah, I will.
I see on your resume here you have a criminal background. What is it? I jumped the barricade of Mania.
Cashed in money in the bank. You got
the job.
You're hired. You're in. This is the kind of face we need in this company. You're the guy. Roman Reigns in the corner pouting. Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But the AJ Styles Shane McMahon match, I think
it'll be good.
It's going to be good, and I think it's long term. It's going to be setting up for the draft, and they're going to send AJ over to Raw, and I think he's going to feud with Triple H and the whole McMahon family over there.
I like that.
You think so? I don't think they would do that because Stephanie and Shane aren't on the same page. Even though they're family, they've always been on different levels.
It'll
right.
bring the McMahon.
Yeah, but it's going to be
closer.
a thing of like if Shane is going to go over on Mania, it could be like, you beat my brother at Mania, but you can't get over on me, and then it's going to cut a promo because I think AJ's going to go to Raw in the next draft. 100%.
And like the rumor is that Reigns is going to go to SmackDown.
Good.
And take the title from Bray Wyatt. I don't know about that. I had it.
We'll see.
Well, we got a counter on the side of the screen that says how many Roman Reigns disses we have during the show.
How many disappointments. It's not disses on him. It's how many times we're disappointed because of what's happening with Roman Reigns.
I wake up crying.
Well, there was classic promo cutting on SmackDown this week with the WWE World Champion, Bray Wyatt.
Cutting a fantastic promo.
Ooh, it gives me chills, yeah.
Baptizing himself in the ashes.
He's taking over Undertaker.
He
how
is
Undertaker used to cut those awesome promos, those creepy promos. Bray Wyatt is matching it and even going over.
Oh yeah,
like he's taken over
in a PG era too. Like Undertaker was crucifying people back in the Attitude Era.
Yeah, hung the big boss man.
Yeah, hung the big boss man. But you got Bray Wyatt just like covering himself in the ashes of his dead sister. Like it's weird and it's awesome.
Stuff.
It's good. I like it. I like it a lot.
How do you think they're gonna set up the RKO? They're gonna do something cool with the RKO at Mania with him.
Sister Abigail. I don't know.
What if he's like his backward spider walk, and as he pops up,
and then he jumps and does the RKO. Yeah, I just like nothing is gonna beat that Seth Rollins one.
No, the curb stomp where he pops him up, and you can just tell how stoked Randy was after that. He's like,
they didn't even try it before. I heard.
Really?
Yeah, they
just first try.
They just first tried it. He's like, yeah, let's try this. And
that's crazy that he got him up so high.
Oh my
Dude,
goodness!
he popped up there, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be.
Seth Rollins needs to be at Mania.
Yeah.
I know we talked kind of.
Hopefully it happens.
We talked a lot of close falls with Orton and Bray. It's gonna be a. If the two matches we're looking forward to is the Cruiserweight and that match, and one of those is gonna steal the show.
Absolutely, I agree with that. I don't think any matches on Raw. Cruiserweight.
Yeah.
205 Live, whatever. I think that has the potential to steal a show, as well as a couple different SmackDown ones. Shane McMahon, AJ Styles might surprise us.
No, that's going to be a great match.
It's going to be a great
match,
but
once again, it's like it's a part-timer. This is with Shane going against AJ. Yeah, it's going to be a good match, but what's it going to do? I don't think the match itself is going to be great, but in the whole, it's not going to steal the show the way the storyline of Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, or Austin Aries and Neville are going to do.
I'd see that, yeah. But it has potential It has potential to build off of, branch a storyline off of.
Definitely. Yeah.
I like it. Well, the bright spot of the week was NXT this week, building, fostering the young talent. You had the NXT champion, Bobby Roode. Anyways, he took on the returning Cassius Ohno for the NXT title. And there was a special guest star in that match. Do you guys know who it was?
No, I didn't get a chance to watch NXT. I just saw little highlights.
I thought that was the guy from Space Jam in the match with Bobby
That's
Roode.
who it was.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. All right.
Stan from Space Jam.
Yeah. The Monstars.
What's the Monstars?
I liked his Austin Aries jersey. It was good.
Well, I mean, it was a good match between Bobby Roode and Cassius Ohno. I think it was just getting Cassius Ohno back into the fold and things like that.
Getting him in ring shape.
No, good.
Hey, I'm not in ring shape, so I can say it.
Sorry, Brian. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, FBK, everybody. FBK. Well, it was a good match, and the other semi-bright spot is the Authors of Pain squashed another tag team. They're basically getting the push of the old Shield with none of the backing. I mean, they're big guys from like the Netherlands and somewhere else.
They're
Can't
not
really
taken
speak
serious.
English. No, exactly, because they're just big guys that can
Squash.
they can semi move around, but it's like they don't do anything that sets them apart.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, definitely. It's like what happened with the Ascension.
Right.
Yeah.
Connor and Victor.
Did you ever watch the NXT with Connor?
Uh-uh.
Connor O'Brien, he was like nothing like what he was. If you can go on YouTube and watch the old NXT segments, what they used to do on NXT, where it wasn't a show, it was more like a game show. Like they would do challenges and things like that.
Oh.
Connor was terrible. Connor was terrible.
That's what NXT's for. You
Well, and
develop
like,
them.
I think it was the last season they did that. Fandango was the one that won the NXT competition.
Well, that says a lot. So
What do you mean? He's in the Fashion Police stable. That's pretty good.
yeah,
That's entertaining.
I mean that goes perfect. So, talking about stables, we got Fashion Police, we got a couple different stables right now. But what is your guys' favorite stable of all time?
Other than the Four Horsemen? Evolution's awesome. Or Heart Foundation.
Ooh, I was gonna say Heart Foundation.
Heart Foundation's just great.
Sam likes British Bulldog, obviously.
Baby Boy Smith, man. That guy was great.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Wait, he's dead, right?
Baby Boy Smith, I want to say yes.
I think.
Comment your predictions down below, and we'll Google it later.
I think he is.
Yeah, yeah. He
Yeah.
died when he was 40 years old in 2002.
Okay.
Wrestlers
Yeah.
die young, man.
You make me
Sad.
sick in my...
Well,
That's myself.
transitioning us
Transitioning. Chugga.
into one of our staples in the show. We've got the pay-per-view of the week that we skipped last week because of the severity of the episode that we took on ourselves. We are back on the grind, and it is the 92 Royal Rumble.
The star-studded 92 Royal Rumble.
Yeah, what you got for us?
Let's just start with the main Rumble. And, at the time, it was the longest, in-match time of any competitor. Ric Flair, kind of the star of the week, also one of the founding Four Horsemen, won the Royal Rumble in 92, lasting the longest time of any person. He was, number 3 or number 2?
He was number 3.
Number 3. Started at number 3, went on to win the Rumble. In a Rumble where we saw him, Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, British Bulldog, with Sergeant Slaughter. Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter.
Wasn't the Iron Sheik in it?
Yeah, he was.
In 92?
He was Colonel Mustafa.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Colonel
that's
Mustafa.
right.
Randy Savage was Virgil.
I think
Oh.
Jimmy Snuka was in it.
Sid Vicious, of course. Jake the Snake.
Repo Man.
Repo. Yeah, there you go.
Was it? Isn't the guy named Skinner in it too? There were some names where it's like I think he was number 30.
Hercules.
Oh yeah, Skinner number 27. Warlord. There were some funny ones.
Bushwhackers had a match before.
Was
that,
IRS
that's
in
right.
there? Yeah, IRS is there, yeah.
Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich.
Yep, there you go.
There was a lot of guys that you never even hear. I've heard like
Haku was in there too.
like look the Repo Man. You've got
The Barbarian and Hercules. Like
Hercules. Nobody knows who that is.
I love
Hercules.
I love the intro where Vince was saying everyone's name.
I know.
Oh, yeah, it's like it's
Featuring!
Yeah, it was
Just one by one, and he's just stoked for every single one of them.
Ted
No.
DiBiase.
Yeah. Well,
Shawn Michaels was in it.
he was.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you know who held the time before Ric Flair did?
It was
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
no, it was because every year it was like the 5th year in a row that someone had reset that record. Who was it? I don't know.
Rick the Model Martel.
Really?
Hmm.
It was like 56 minutes. That's what he was at.
Was this? I think it was his birthday today or yesterday.
Rick Martel.
It was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rick
I saw
Martel's.
that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, and it was like building off of, Hogan. He'd won the previous 2 Royal Rumbles, and it was still what he left for WCW in '94.
Something like that, yeah.
And I thought it was in '93. Either way,
But still, I think
Something.
it was the last Mania, or not Mania, the Royal Rumble that
Hogan was featured in. Yeah,
I think it was.
and he didn't win it.
What do you mean? Why are you?
Yeah, he went to '94. June of '94, he went to WCW.
No, so it was mid '90. Okay.
Yeah, and I looked right here. He was not in the next Royal Rumble in '93, so he wasn't. So '92 was the last appearance of Hogan in the Royal Rumble, which I mean, I liked Sid Vicious back then, or Sid Justice.
Yeah, it was Sid Justice.
But I mean, whenever I think of him, I always think of him cutting the promo, and he's like,
Oh, wait a minute. Can we start over?
Yeah, no.
It's kind of reminds me of the podcast. Like, oh,
I
We're not
was thinking
recording
about
yet.
him wrecking his leg.
Oh, that is I think that's the worst wrestling injury besides Owen Hart's.
I think it's
death.
like the worst
And-
sports injury.
What's his name?
I've seen people die and didn't get as squeamish as that.
Not what's his name? Eminem. What was it?
Johnny Nitro
yeah.
and Joey Mercury.
Joey
Joey
Mercury's
Mercury.
face getting
Well,
busted by the ladder.
By Jeff Hardy.
Oh, his face exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other matches in that were, Chris Walker defeating the Brooklyn Brawler. The Brooklyn Brawler.
Right, but that was a dark match. Nobody ever saw it.
Yeah.
Let's hear. Owen Hart and Jim Neidhart versus the Orient Express.
That was, dude. Owen Hart's just incredible to
He
watch.
was. It's
Just being for a big, thick guy like that doing the moves he did.
coming out with the 2 Slammy Awards.
Crazy.
Roddy Piper defeating the Mountie.
Mountie, one of the greatest heels of all time.
Getting the Intercontinental Championship.
Beverly Brothers defeated the Bushwhackers. There was a lot of tag teams that year, like tag team matches.
Yeah.
Heart Foundation, Beverly Brothers beating Bushwhackers, and then the other one was the Natural Disasters, Earthquake and Typhoon,
Which if you really
defeating
watch that,
Legion of Doom.
they were actually big, huge guys.
Oh, yeah,
that
they
could
were like
move around.
They did.
fun.
That was a good. It wasn't just like have Legion of Doom do all the work. Like they did.
Right.
Man, they had
They
a
held
contract
their
for a
own.
reason.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they were big guys.
Everyone
that
back
actually,
then was there for a reason.
well, they could
Even
move.
though they had some pretty weird, stupid gimmicks at the time, but
Yeah, it was
that
the
was
90s.
wrestling. Yeah, that was
Early
It was
90s,
the late-
late 80s.
Yeah, 80s going into 90s when the whole like wrestling, it was all gimmicks.
Well, yeah, everybody had their own gimmick.
Like you weren't just like Paul, Terry what? Terry. I just totally brain farted on Hulk Hogan's real name.
Terry Bollea.
Terry Bollea, that's right. I don't know why I said Paul. I was thinking Paul Levesky's Triple H, but not breaking kayfabe here. But continue on.
Right, and then they actually the match with them was against LOD, which
Legion of Doom.
I think
Those dudes
it
were
was the last. It was the last Royal Rumble for LOD as well until 2000
Hawk and Animal. I thought they were back.
because they went to WCW. I swear they did.
Yeah. And then they
And then
brought
Hawk
in.
started having super big health problems and then passed away.
Right.
Well, that was when they went back and had the angle about like his alcohol addiction and that, and they were like turning his pain pill problem into like the story, and
Right.
neither of them were really happy about that, and it just kind of
Those dudes were big.
What a rush!
Holy shit.
They
Those
were some big fellas.
strong as hell, too.
See, I think this Rumble, even though how star-studded it was, it kind of reminds me of this year's Rumble where there wasn't.
That big factor. I don't know.
Well, like you think about it, like I guess they really like the spots in the Rumble, like how much impact they have on the fans and what they do to the psychology of the match. Like they had the Warlord come in at number 30. He lasted 1 minute and 43 seconds.
Yeah.
Got
Like, that's
thrown
pointless.
out by Hogan and Sid Justice.
Right, but Sid Justice was number 29. He only
Yeah.
lasted 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like you think about stuff like that, like
Number 30, Roman Reigns. Sorry.
no,
Add one to the counter.
that's kind of what I was going into, but like things like that, where like when we choose these pay-per-views of the week, I think without like we subconsciously choose them because they kind of remind us of what's going on today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the 92 Rumble, it reminds us of the 2017 Rumble because there was a lot of good talent in the Rumble this year, but it wasn't. I mean, there was a good I wouldn't compare Ric Flair and Randy Orton, but it was like that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, like I think when we choose those pay-per-views, it kind of reminds us of aspects that are going on in the company today. Which, whose turn is it now? I think we've been through 4.
Oh, that's 4 of them. So
I think it's back to me.
back to Chris.
Yeah.
Chris.
Ooh.
I have a feeling by the look of your shirt, it's going to be another Eddie heavy pay-per-view, which I'm okay with.
Or you could just be wearing the shirt.
Or you
I
could
could
just be wearing a shirt.
the
You could just
shirt.
be wearing a shirt. You know what? That's it. Just so we don't have any of this prejudice anymore. Starting next week, show's done shirtless by all the Horsemen.
Oh jeez. Oh man.
Just it's not a who's bigger, buffer, sexual thing. It's just to
Sexual wink pheasants. King
We're not
Ross.
going to change this show to the 4 Horsemen Man Titty Show.
No one's
Because we are all husky fellas.
I was just trying to take any of the issues we had with clothing out of it.
Anyways. Chris, what's pay-per-view?
I was thinking 2001 Survivor Series.
Ooh, I like you. I like it a lot.
Is that the first elimination? No.
No.
Mm.
That was Yes,
I think
Triple
it was-
H.
I think it was
the Rock. Was it? No, it couldn't have
I
been.
got this. Don't even worry about it.
I thought this was like.
We're all just like.
None of us are on Google. That's why we're not streaming currently, because our internet
So we
connections
got
don't exist right now.
Lance Storm, Just Incredible, and Raven, the Alliance,
Okay.
going against Albert, Sky Tuhati, Spike Dudley. Then Christian versus Al
Oh,
Snow,
never mind. I remember this one.
Regal and Tajiri, Edge versus Test, and then it's the Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, and
I don't know why. I thought we were talking SummerSlam instead of Survivor Series.
and then there was the Battle Royal, and then Trish Stratus and Lita, and then it was Team WWF, The Rock, Big Show, Undertaker, Kane, and Chris Jericho versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shane McMahon, Kurt Angle, Booker T, and Rob Van Dam.
Okay. I do remember that one.
Yeah, I was thinking SummerSlam 2001. Another great pay-per-view.
So next week, 2001 Survivor Series. And I think after that, what I've noticed we haven't done with the first round of pay-per-views, there hasn't been a match above 2006.
That's just we like to live in the good days.
Well, no, but I think
Okay.
when you think about it, like the first one was
What was the 2000?
Vengeance 2003. We did
No, we
That
did
was the first
2005 Rumble, or I mean WrestleMania.
Yeah,
WrestleMania 20.
we did. That wasn't the first one though.
That's 2005, but like, do you know what I'm saying? We haven't
Yeah.
done one that's in the last 10 years.
We'll do it. We'll
No,
figure
I
it
know.
out.
I just think it's funny because of our
Because
style of wrestling that we like to watch.
Well, I know when it comes to Dylan, I think I may know which one.
I was
give
gonna
a
say,
chance.
you know what can
Money in the Bank 2011 is coming, but like
It's coming.
with the mid 2000s. Besides that one, you can't tell me. Okay, if I said Battleground 2014, what was the main event?
Couldn't tell you.
I could, if I googled it.
Couldn't tell
Anyways.
you.
But it's like
I don't know like the new pay-per-views like Battleground and Fastlane
Right.
and stuff. It's just not. I'm like,
I've watched them, but I haven't.
Yeah, I've watched them,
focused
just-
on
well, it's like what about TLC
I haven't.
2012?
couldn't tell you.
That's a great question.
Anyways,
Continuing.
back on this thing. We're now going to transition into the Crisaro section. Chris, what do we got for us this week?
Managers.
Ooh, managers are good. I
Yeah.
don't know. I've worked for some managers I didn't like though.
You gotta have the right.
Oh, wrestling. Okay.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
I was thinking, what happened? What happened with that?
You don't have-
Jimmy
I
Hart
was
was
gonna
always
say,
out
you
there.
don't have
Bobby the
Jimmy
Brain Heenan. You know, the genius.
You got Paul
Macho
Heyman.
Man's brother.
You got Paul Heyman.
The
That's
Great
it.
Wizard.
Yeah, like
The Great Wizard. Yeah.
even what was it? The Orient Express with Mr. Fuji.
Yeah.
Like they were just.
Choppy.
They used to be so much.
prominent. They were
Yeah.
more prominent.
But I think it turned from, as you were talking, from the late 80s, early 90s, that it was all gimmick based.
Yeah.
Where they were part of the gimmick, they were so much part of the show, and it moved towards something else. And we lost the managers. And I would like to see managers come back.
I would like to see it
I would
too.
like to see more managers.
I think. Do you think WCW, when they started the more realistic gimmick or realistic approach to it, that's when managers kind of got killed off? Because I can't think I mean, I know Jimmy Hart was there for a while, but any other managers that were really prevalent? In
Ted
WCW?
DiBiase did it for a while.
Major Guns.
I mean, there's some, but it died off during that part.
And then
Did you not get that?
I got
Do you
it,
not know
yeah.
who Major Guns is?
I do.
Oh, okay.
And then there was, what was it? Team Canada or whatever with Lance.
That was in WWF.
Yeah.
Storm and all of them. They had more prominent stables. There were more stables. There were more managers to go with them. There was more of a tag team influence. And I think the managers added to the tag team influence.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Okay, can we pause for a minute? I'm gonna shit my pants.
So we're talking about managers and what they brought and how we lost it. How we lost all managers. In all reality, all we have now is Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman,
True.
which is good. He carries the weight of them all. Good.
Yeah.
And there's not even as much anymore. There's not even like valets.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Always just
Yeah.
have girls come out.
The only one that I
sports.
think about now that has one, right? There's two. Maurice and Alicia Fox with
Yeah,
Cedric
that's right.
Alexander,
Yeah.
which who actually he just blew out his knee, so he's out for like 8 months.
Sad.
Damn.
I mean, he wasn't like the most prominent talent on the show, but you
Right,
still
but he
don't
was-
want to see him
yeah.
go down.
No, exactly. And I don't
Injuries
know.
are good.
They're, I mean, transitioning away from WWE a little bit. Do you know that they hired Zeb Coulter, Impact Wrestling did, to
Did
be
they?
like a backstage guy, and like
Did you see how when they came back, their intro show of the like revival, half of it was like about living in the past of TNA? That was
No.
bad. Like it made the first show look terrible.
really-
Like, cause the intro package, like it was like all old stars that aren't with the company anymore. Like the first half, you didn't even see people that were still in the company until like 45 seconds into the intro video.
Well, I don't know. That's not too bad.
But the thing is, their packaging is like the revival. This is the new TNA. Like this is.
Well, yeah, it's showing the old and then the new. It's kind of like what
But they were showing
WWE
the-
does a little bit
Right.
with theirs, like then, now, and forever.
But they're trying. The problem is like TNA is what the big losses they had. They're trying to get away from that, but still made it. Like they were advertising it as like, this is the age after Dixie Carter. Now we're gonna do our thing, and they're like, well, we're gonna do our thing, but kind of look at all the stuff that
They
we
want
don't
to
have
keep
anymore.
some sort of history because it would kind of suck to keep starting over like this.
Right.
They want people to know, yeah, we've been here for a while. We've had these people
You
here.
may not have watched.
This is credible. Like,
Did you notice that they went back to the Octagon?
yeah, which is good. I think it sets them.
It sets them apart. That's
Sets
like
them
what set them
apart.
apart.
Is
in
it
the
an
first
Octagon?
place.
Is it 4 sides or
It's
is
Six sides.
That's not an Octagon, is it?
Hexagon.
That's Hexagon.
Hexagon. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Shapes. Geometry lesson brought to you by the Four Horsemen. I can't talk today. I just can't talk today. I have not had any sleep.
Brought to you by the Four Horsemen Wrestling Podcast.
The school of kids who want to learn to do good things too, and other stuff good too,
And read.
and read good.
Well, I do think that, and I think they could have people nowadays. They could bring out former talents as they've done before with like Tony Atlas, even though he was ridiculous. But like the managers like that, they could bring back older superstars that are no longer in the company that are like alumni of the company and come back to try to build newer talent, like kind of like what they're doing with Bob Backlund and Titus. They're not Titus. O'Neil.
Hopefully that's what
Darren
they do
Young.
with Kurt Angle.
That's what I think should happen with like if American Alpha, if that's the way they do it, that would be awesome.
Make them the new Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. I hope Shelton Benjamin gets back soon, man.
Well,
We kind of
As the-
drifted
as
away
the
from
subject-
managers.
I know, but we
That
talked about it. I
happens a
think
lot.
the point was going to come across, unless there was something that you wanted to add to that.
No, just managers in general. It's like you just, as we were watching old pay-per-views, as we're going back and like comparing it to now, you just see so many things falling off.
Right.
Like people finishing with sleepers. Can't do that these days. No more managers, valets. It just slowly things change,
Yeah.
and it's just kind of crazy.
Well, as we're on the subject,
Evolution isn't always progressing forward.
yeah, slap my monkey. What is it?
Okay, Mr. Garrison, Mrs. Garrison.
Anyways, as we were on the subject of the world's greatest tag team, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin.
There's another world's greatest tag team now.
As of a couple days ago, that's hit the world.
You gotta click the little icon.
The world's greatest tag team.
Oh, tag team.
There we go.
And if you get it, it's Xavier Woods.
We don't need to expand on it. It's terrible.
You have Google, people. You
know
have Google.
It's a terrible
Do you know
invasion
what?
of privacy,
Do you know what?
but
We need to turn
as
the
a
page on this
wrestler-
one. We need to turn the page.
We're awful people.
Okay.
Any
guys.
chance of getting a sponsor is gone just because of how awful we are. It's a terrible thing that happened, but we'll make
Up,
life.
down, down can be your new sponsor.
There's a new meaning to up, down.
Was it kind of like something like this? It was like, whoop.
Yeah,
Anyways,
Alright,
greatest tag teams.
click it again to get rid of it.
Greatest tag teams.
British Bulldog.
Two people. Who do you think were the greatest tag team?
Well, we got Sam up there telling us the British Bulldog was obviously the only one he
And the
needed.
Junkyard Dog.
Junkyard Dog.
Raiders.
Greatest tag team ever.
In your opinion, give me
a
a top three.
I'm not gonna take yours because I know what yours is, and it's a great one. But I'm gonna say I'm going Edge and Christian, man.
As your top?
As number one.
That is number 3.
Okay.
Number 3, okay.
Number 3. Oh man, this is hard. This is real hard. What's your number 3, Chris?
My
I gotta
number
think.
three-
Yeah, we'll go 3, 3, 3.
Yeah,
two,
we get how it
two.
goes. You don't have to explain all the way. Sorry. Ow.
Dear. A little
Awesome.
spicy.
Yeah. Okay, Chris is
Uh,
number 3.
Number 3, man. I'm trying to think. Good one. Shelton Benjamin, Charlie Haas.
World's greatest tag
World's
team.
greatest tag team.
I like
number
it.
3. Definitely.
My number 3. I'm going to stray away from the WWE. Beer Money.
Beer-
Money,
okay.
Bobby Roode and James Storm.
Those are
Oh,
great.
okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Number 2.
Number 2, I'm going The Outsiders. It's a little different, and I'm not even just saying in ring, like, it's tied. Outsiders, Brothers of Destruction.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, I can see that.
Yeah. Chris, number 3.
Number 2.
Number 2. Words are hard, okay? You need sleep.
Damn.
You can say The Shield.
You stop that. You stop that now.
Too cool.
The Rockers.
The Rockers. I like it.
Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
That was solid. Even though I'm not the biggest Shawn Michaels fan for my own reasons, but that was a solid tag team. Great tag
Alright.
team.
Number 2 for me. I really liked Sting and Lex Luger.
I
That
like
was
that.
sick.
Yeah. That was a good one.
And I think the best of tag teams can also be like the bitterest of enemies.
Yeah. Oh, look at Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty now. Well, we're the barbershop. But yeah. Chris, I think I know what your number one's going to be. Straight away. My number 1. That's a hard one.
Mega Powers doing.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing the Mega Powers, but I honestly didn't really care too much. So let's see. My number 3, Edge and Christian. Number 2, Brothers of Destruction and The Outsiders. Kind of tie there. But my number 1 of all time, Harlem Heat.
Harlem Heat.
I mean, they were good, but they weren't my favorite.
Okay.
I don't know. That's so hard because I.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for.
Yeah.
We coming for you.
I'm going Hardy Brothers. Like when they were at their prime, when the tag team division was at its prime. I'm going Hardy Brothers. I'm sorry to steal your thunder there, but I'm going Hardy Brothers.
Okay.
Chris, number 1.
It's either
Number 1.
It's either Los Guerreros
I was gonna. I knew you were
or
gonna say
Art Bar and Eddie Guerrero.
that. Okay. All right. I didn't
'Cause
see the
Art-
last one coming by.
Art Bar was so good.
You know,
That's
I'm
where-
changing. Sorry. I'm changing my number 1. Arn Anderson and Ric Flair.
Kiss
Okay.
ass.
Not Ric Flair Batista.
No.
That was a pretty good tag team though. But no, Art Bar, man. That's where Eddie got his frog splash from.
Yeah. It's That's true.
And Art was solid.
He was very
Sick.
solid. I didn't even think of that. That's a good one.
I'm glad no one took my number one.
Even though I did.
Team Extreme is number one, but
Vaudevillains, we know.
nope. Nope.
The Ascension, duh.
I'm going to go with the man who has the greatest undefeated streak in professional wrestling, Jimmy King, and Gordy Boggs, a.k.a. The Law, with their manager, Sean Sugar Daddy Dawkins.
I feel bad for anyone watching that. Like, who are these guys? Like,
We need to get the little thing for damn Sinclair allergies.
it's allergy season, so I mean,
the
It's gonna be
McMahon's,
McMahon's
the McMahon
allergies.
Helmsley allergies.
oh man. We no, Sam's is the favorite. It's the British Bulldogs. Who can complain with that? Okay, I got a question for you. Favorite tag team currently? Not even just WWE. My number one
Young Bucks.
is gonna be Young Bucks. Fuck you.
Steal your thunder,
You stole my thunder, but yeah, Young
Dylan's
Bucks.
trying to be the indie darling that he
No,
is.
I like the Young Bucks. They're good talent. Ring of Honor. They're nice guys. They do.
Did you like? What about the Adam Cole, Kenny Omega?
I didn't see it.
Or I think it was him, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'd have to
I swear
look.
it was Adam Cole, Kenny Omega.
I think it was.
Over in New Japan?
Either New Japan or Ring of
I
Honor.
think it was
Oh, Ring of Honor. Oh, yeah, that thing. Christopher Daniels crazy in Ring of Honor, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But current? Good Brothers. I love the Good Brothers. I love Cesaro and Sheamus. Because I love
You like Cesaro.
I love
Sheamus
Cesaro.
is a little on the
Sheamus, I
fringe of
can
things.
take Sheamus, man. I don't mind Sheamus, but Cesaro is my man.
I like
love
it.
Cesaro.
All right. Well,
You Young Bucks too.
I like the Young Bucks, and I like I said, I like the Kenny Omega, Adam Cole thing they got going on, as well as like the Pro Wrestling Gorilla with Zack Sabre Jr. and what's the other guy's name?
The indie darling here.
Brain fart. I forgot his name, but there's another guy with Zack Sabre Jr.
PWG is great though. I'd
Anyways.
say that's Chris. When you move to LA here in the next couple months, we're coming out and going to some PWG shows.
PWG.
If we don't even get into one.
Lucha
Dude, you gotta
Underground.
get tickets like
I thought it was
right
in
as they go
Mexico.
on sale. No, it's
It's
in
in
LA.
LA.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but PWG you got to be like standing in line at because I don't think they sell them online. I think you have to do it like box office there,
Oh really?
Yeah.
and like they sell out in 10 minutes flat.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, as we're on the subjects of tag teams,
That's my bad.
Awkward.
That's on me.
tag teams, we're actually going to go into a faction. Good thing that video wasn't released, right? A faction or stable, 3-4 guys that really like changed them, like the Evolutions, the Shield. There was a lot, the 4 Horsemen,
Of course.
the NWO.
Team Canada Alliance. all
Heart
that.
Foundation.
Yeah.
If you were to create a faction right now with the current roster, give me 4 guys, heel or face. What
And
could they
can
do?
I go interpromotional?
Let's stay WWE.
We just stay
Well, I mean, like
You can
I
do
mean,
Raw
like
or
Raw,
SmackDown.
SmackDown combined. AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and the Good Brothers. Bullet Club.
I thought we were going to create a faction, not do one that already exists.
Well, it doesn't exist in WWE.
You getting us on a technicality there, Dill?
I'm getting you on a technicality.
Okay.
No, because you can't think of anything on the spot.
Whatever. That's okay. Let's hear yours, champ.
Okay, you ready for this?
I'm the champ, actually. So
I'm champ.
Triple H, Samoa Joe, Pete Dunne,
Pete Dunne.
and this was a tough one for the 4th guy. I wanted it to
can't
be
think
Kevin
of
Owens.
anything on the spot.
No, I wanted it to be Kevin Owens, but I really think it would be good with like a newer cruiserweight guy, Noam Dar.
What would be their
Okay.
angle?
A new breed that takes over with violence.
I just don't see Pete Dunne with. I don't know. His
Have
look.
you probably haven't even seen him wrestle.
I've seen him wrestle. The English Championship.
Right. He's like the heel of that.
He
And so
is,
it's going to
yeah,
be a
he
heel
is.
group with Triple H's new guys coming in. Triple H, Samoa Joe, Pete Dunne, and Noam Dar.
Okay. That'd be cool.
Oh, I didn't have anything on the spot now, did I, Dylan?
I mean, it's you're taking a risk.
Triple
and
H
I
being
like
like
that.
the ringleader, like the head.
Exactly.
dude.
Okay.
Perfect.
You're taking a risk, and I like it.
Chris? Seth Rollins, Cesaro, Braun Strowman, and Bray Wyatt.
Wyatt
I would
leading?
say Seth Rollins.
Okay, is that a face or a heel faction?
It's gonna be heel.
Okay.
Definitely, we're gonna throw a heel factions are so much better
What's
than
yours, heel
face
as well?
factions.
I'm going heel, yeah.
Okay, so
Finn
now
Balor's
we'll do-
the only one that like kind of questions.
So now we need to do a face faction. I'll put you on the spot. Don't do one that's already created. A face faction. Do you want me to start?
Yeah, start it off.
T.J. Perkins, Tyler Bate. I like Sami Zayn, and let's go. Who's the fourth guy? Let's do Dolph Ziggler. Face Dolph Ziggler. The Underdogs.
Huh. Okay.
Good name.
It is.
It is.
I like that. Let me think. I would go as face. I would go Jericho. Yeah, throw Jericho in there.
Is he considered face now?
Yeah,
yeah.
he turned. Yeah.
Jericho, Zayn, and then Good Brothers.
Good Brothers are heels. But you're
Good
having a
face.
face. Okay, yeah. I like it.
It'll be like it'll turn into like they're supposed to be. It's like what's happening with Roman Reigns. He's supposed to be face, but he's actually heel. No one likes him.
Yeah.
These guys are supposed to be heels, but they're actually faces.
Yeah.
With Chris Jericho being the front man
They're
and
the-
being on the mic and cutting the best promos for them.
Well,
And
that
just being
makes-
funny. And I think with them combining with the Chris Jericho and the Good Brothers being in a stable together, it's gold. It's gold.
That kind of sucks for me. I was going to say Chris Jericho's my ringleader, but I was going to have Austin Aries with him. So we're kind of getting Jericho's past, like his cruiserweight experience. We're going to see a lot of that with Austin Aries and Jericho kind of serving as a mentor to him.
It's going to be a lot of personality clash there.
Yeah, but that's kind of what's going to make the stable interesting. You got the muscle and Braun Strowman.
Mm-hmm.
He's the enforcer, he's the protector of these two coming out to the ring. And then, it's tough. I got one that's just going to totally throw everyone for a tailspin that everyone's going to be like, that's stupid. Goldberg.
You're dumb. And
Oh,
leave.
man.
Leave.
Little bit.
Get
I'm just
out.
kidding.
Might as well. Might as well.
for our reaction.
Might as well have thrown Roman Reigns in there. Get
Well,
out.
that was going to be the other one. If I could have a 5, it'd be Roman Reigns.
Oh, fuck.
No, I'm pulling up Bobby Roode from NXT, though, for the fourth
Sweet.
guy.
I was going to put him in that faction with Triple H.
He was actually just gonna say that he's the one who kind of throws it off weird because you don't know where he's gonna go with that faction.
Who?
Bobby Roode. But then I was like,
I'd like
Goldberg
that,
would
man.
be
That'd
sick.
be,
It'd be cool.
it'd be
yeah.
like a newer evolution kind of thing.
Yeah, that's with my first one, the heel one, Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins. That would be like the clashing personalities of them, and it would just be so.
Well, Austin Aries and Jericho could be hilarious too.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's it. Braun Strowman, the muscle. Like he's kind of the quiet one of the group, I would see though. Like the one he's just there as the enforcer. Like
Whenever I
that would
think
almost
about
that would even work as a heel faction too.
yeah,
That would go both ways.
whenever I think about making a faction or a stable, Evolution just comes to mind. Evolution and Four Horsemen are the two factions that come together, and the way that Evolution was so perfect, it was absolutely perfect. And do you think that they're going to get inducted into the Hall of Fame as Evolution?
They might.
That'd
I
be
could
cool.
see it down the
And then
road.
Ric Flair, 3-time
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Famer.
That would be pretty cool.
I could see it.
Because everyone else in that faction, Batista's definitely going in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Batista, Triple H, no doubt. Randy Orton, no doubt.
That's no question on any.
That'll be in the future, but yeah.
Yeah.
They changed the
Do you
physics.
think they'll put Randy Orton and Batista in as a faction before as Hall of Famers or after?
They're going to do individually first.
I think so.
They want to get all the individual ones out 1st, then they'll start throwing in factions.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like that.
Well, as we count down to the end of our show, is there anything else you guys want to address before we close this thing out?
Next week we'll have a great leading up our shows going into WrestleMania.
2 weeks,
It's
14
WrestleMania
days.
in 2 weeks.
14 days.
14 days. I'm excited to not be excited, but I'm still, I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
I'm very on the fence about how it could turn out. I'm being optimistic now, but it's like Fastlane, I was being optimistic, and then like day of, I'm like, nope, you know what?
Do you think
Bert's
they'll
going
redo the
over.
draft after Mania?
I don't think
They're doing
Do
it.
you think it's a year, or
I
we
think they
need?
announced
It's
it.
this year.
It's this
it's
year,
gonna be
but
this year.
it's closer to Survivor Series. I thought I
Are
heard
they gonna do it before or after Money in the Bank?
after, and I bet you Money in the Bank switches shows. Whoever wins it on their show will be switching.
So Roman
to
Reigns
their
is
show.
switching to where?
Shut up.
Roman Reigns going to
That's what I want. I want triple threat. Dylan and Chris. Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, there'd be a lot of stiff shots. There'd be a lot of stiff shots.
A lot of lead pipes coming out of nowhere, and I still don't think we have a chance.
The unlikely tag team of Chris and Roman Reigns beating the shit out of Dylan.
Not as unlikely as
Trampoline.
not as unlikely as the tag team of Maddox and Xavier Woods, which is such an awkward. I'm sorry. It's terrible.
Hopefully
that
today doesn't
happens.
get taken off TV.
I think they will. That's so sad.
No,
It's sad.
Xavier Woods is going to be taken off a little bit, but he'll be back.
You think he'll still be at Mania to host?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll
2
see
weeks
what
away.
happens. We got 2 weeks. Next
Do you
week.
think
we're gonna keep
WWE is
updating.
going to try to crowd control it, or are they just going to business as usual it?
There's no way they can crowd control
There's
that.
no way they can.
If people
If-
start
if they-
chanting, Paige, Paige, Paige. Woo! Okay.
It was cold in there.
Oh. No.
If somebody brings do they screen signs there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm
They
sure.
do.
Me and
They
Chris
do
were
screen.
talking about this earlier this week, like signs we take into shows.
Well, just think about it. Like, if you just had if you were sitting hard cam side front row, and you've got the camera guy, Brad Maddox.
Brad
doing
Maddox like on one knee, like
Like-
holding the camera and doing shots.
How's this for a hard cam? Like, that would be hilarious.
That guy would be a legend. Absolute legend if he
Oh.
pulled that off.
Oh, it would be bad.
Joe should do it, even though they wouldn't expect it. Frank the Clown, Noel Foley's boyfriend.
Can we just pretend that guy doesn't exist? It makes me like severely depressed.
Well, on that note, this has been episode number 6.
I'm gonna go hang myself. It's Frank the Clown.
We will be back for number 7, and this has been the Four Horsemen Wrestling Podcast.